Is it too late to be drinking coffee? Fuck it.
It's not fine. Hey, you're drinking coffee and I've got a fucking Red Bull here, so it's all right. We're both on the caffeine hit. And welcome to another episode of Talking Tech. We are here back live on Twitch. And the reason why we're here on Twitch is because YouTube has got, I don't know, for the Aussie viewers, I should say, it's not a really good time to stream or to actually go live at the time we do go up. And looking at statistics here, and I've seen a few other things as well. Hey, Fox, how you going? Is due to the fact of our time zones, and not many people are actually watching YouTube live at the time we go live. Because most of the world at the moment is on Twitch, watching Twitch. And so we decided to go back on there. But welcome back, Ricky.
Thank you so much, mate. It's good to be back. I am so sorry. I've been hit and miss. It's just crazy time in each of our worlds.
Yes, it is.
But Gavin and I are happy to be back. Gavin making his first Tech Tuesday appearance. I apologise. He can't be removed now because he's actually super glued to the boom arm. So we are happy to be here, mate. We have missed you and missed the PC410 community. And it's good to see everyone keeping up safe and well. Apart from you, looking up at you, Mr. needs to sort his back out. So
yeah, well, people who don't know, most of the community does know. Hey, Dark, how you going? I was in a car accident last May. Pretty bad one. I had a truck hit me I had a truck rear end me at 70 k's an hour while I was on a standstill turning into a driveway.
I thought he T-boned you. It was rear end.
Yeah, it was
fucking like that.
And I was actually lucky, to be honest, because I had two work utes, and the work ute I was in was the heavy duty one.
Thank God.
Which with a full steel tray, tailgate. If I was in my other ute, my Rodeo, which has got an aluminium tray, he probably would have killed us.
Fucking hell.
And
it was us. Was it you and someone else?
Yeah, it was myself and the apprentice at the time.
Fuck, bro.
So yeah.
Hey, Golfy. Hello, Dark. Hello, Joe. Hello, Fox.
So yeah. So for the last year, I've just been dealing with it, and my back has been off and on. You know, you might notice I'm moving around a lot on my chair when I'm streaming, and the last Wednesday, I pretty much woke up and could barely walk for some reason. Don't know what it is. I didn't lift anything heavy. It wasn't like I did something different for that week. And so it really got me worried. Went to the doctors, gave me medication, and today I had the MRI scan, and I'm going to wait till Thursday for the results.
Fucking hell. See, if COVID wasn't, obviously I'd be up there being able to carry you around, mate. You know what I mean? But my shoulder's fucked as well. We're both broken. It's become the broken Tech Tuesday.
Yeah, exactly. Pondon, thank you very much for the raid. 14 viewers, much appreciated. Welcome everyone to Talking Tech.
Hello.
So so from that we've sort of moved on from there, and hopefully I should get an answer on Thursday on the reissues of results and move from there. But I'll keep you guys updated with, obviously, hopefully it's not anything serious.
Fingers crossed, brother.
Fingers crossed from there. But let's start the show off as we usually do with our sponsors for the show, and we'll start with Coolmaster. So head over to coolmaster.com for all your hardware needs. We've got PSUs, we've got all-in-ones, we've got cases, whatever you need for pretty much hardware except motherboards and CPUs, obviously, and graphics cards. You can head down to coolmaster.com. And then also Blue Designs. I'm currently using the Yeti X. You guys can hear it right now. It sounds so good. If you want to purchase a Yeti X for yourself, there are many Australian retail stores that you actually can purchase this from. Thank you to Coolmaster and Blue Designs once again.
We love you.
And we also do start the show off with a straw poll. So the straw poll for tonight, you guys can see here, is: how has this COVID-19 affected you personally? So there's a few questions, and you can actually tick all of them off. We can tick one off or two off. It's all up to you. Hey, Kent, how you going? Welcome. So the answers are: going insane, enjoying the time off, cannot wait until this is all over, working from home is good, but I don't want it to be full time. And now, unfortunately, I lost my job and now looking for work. So let us know in the chat what has happened to you and how has COVID-19 affected your life at this stage. So I am going insane. I cannot wait until this is over.
Yeah.
And I am working from home and at the office at the same time. So I can sort of say tick this one off at the same time as well.
Yeah.
So
I'm top result as well. I think I'm going insane, mate. I just every single day it's brought up, isn't it? You know, I mean, situation like Easter. Do you know what I mean? Time with
Yeah.
family,
Yeah.
time to celebrate, time to have dinners and yada yada yada. And the main topic is what's happening in the world, not how's it going and all that sort of stuff. And I had my birthday a couple of weeks ago. The same thing. Happy birthday. How you going? Followed by the questions and stuff. And it's just avoiding the news now. The media. The media have pumped it up to see how bad it is. Now it's the media saying how quickly it's going to be over. And it's just insane, man. It's just insane. I'm trying to pick out the truth of it and just worrying about everyone as well. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's obviously affected by this. We're not the only ones. So
yeah, exactly right.
I'm
exactly
insane with just worrying about everyone, making sure everyone's safe, and trying to keep my distance from everyone as well. Do you know what I mean? Is that when you go down to Bunnings? I went to Bunnings earlier today. You know what I mean? It's just a whole new world, mate.
God forbid you went to Bunnings.
I know, mate. I know.
Did you have to wait in line?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, and 1.5 meter as well. It's crazy, dude.
Yeah, exactly right. Ponan, thank you very much for the raid. Much appreciated, mate. On stage goes, sick of customers leaning over me. Well, that's 100%.
That's disgusting.
Ken says, can't wait for it to be over and going insane.
Hey, mate. Yeah.
And Dark is apparently, she's fine.
Good to hear, Dark. And we saw, was it yesterday that Tassie blew up? You know what I mean? Tassie had this illegal dinner party, which has just caused Tassie to bloody, and Tassie to bloody shut down now. So it's still not over. And love and prayers to people from Tassie. So Tassie was it's just crazy.
It was one person off the ship that actually went to Tassie and had the party. Then now it's affected.
And it's just ruined it, mate. Ruined it. Yeah.
Yeah. Was it hospital workers? We have had one case in my city so far, touch wood. Yeah, well, we've had plenty here in Melbourne. I don't know how much you had in Canberra. Is Canberra been hit pretty well?
We're 102 now, I think. 103 last time I checked. A couple of people have passed away. They were on that Princess Ruby cruise ship, though. That's been manned. And we touch wood, touch Gavin. That it's been all people that have been travelling and that have come back to Canberra. Yeah. It's not been sort of community transition, but it's scary times, man. Love and prayers to everyone here, Lee and your family and everyone that's in chat. I mean, love and prayers to you all. I love you all. There's nothing you can do about it. It's just, we'll get through it together. We're all going through it. That's for sure.
Kent goes, I think that my town has around 10 cases, but 0 deaths. Well, ones have been tested. That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, it's pretty bad, even in my area as well. I live in the western suburbs of Melbourne, and the amount of people that are still going out for absolutely no fucking reason is ridiculous. Because so many people going out there, and you look at the cops now are pretty much on force, just pulling people.
They
out.
Aren't they? Yeah, essential travel.
There's no quarter from them. Like they'll just give you a fine.
Fine you on spot. Yeah.
Which I don't blame them, by the way, as well.
Nah. Wasn't there a pub in Melbourne that got done with like a pretty hefty fine for just staying open and serving and stuff? I think there was somewhere in Melbourne, I thought.
Yeah, no, it wasn't a pub. Or actually, no, it was a restaurant, but they said it was a family member that went in. And
they got an on-the-spot fine, which was like 16 grand. I don't know. It's huge, man. It's huge.
Exactly. Golf, thank you very much for that tier 1, mate. Much
appreciated. Golf is a legend.
28 months in a row. My God.
Golf.
So sexual.
Golf, I love you. Gavin's not even that old, dude.
So but bar from that, we'll go back to that short poll, guys, as soon as we can. We'll be talking more about, obviously, the NVIDIA drivers got released 445.75. They got released on the 23rd of the 3rd, which is still current at the moment. Mm-hmm. But our first topic for tonight is it is AMD news, which we'll get into. So there's been more reports at this stage. This obviously done about 6 days ago from Tom's Hardware. So AMD Ryzen 4000 desktop CPUs arriving in September. So the next few topics are going to be around at that time, due to the fact that Computex is going to be out. It's in September, which originally my trip was cancelled due to the coronavirus. But it may come back up in the air depending on how everything goes around the world, and if everything settles down, they end up finding a cure. I might be going up to Computex in September, maybe at this stage, but I'm not holding my hopes at all. Hey, Andy and Deanie, thank you very much. 28 months in a row, once again.
Look at the support, boys. Look at the support. Love it.
So, yeah, it's been absolutely fantastic so far with AMD, NVIDIA, and obviously Microsoft and Sony are going to be releasing all their products around September all the way up to November.
It's going to be big, isn't it? It's going to be big.
Very big. So Ryzen 4000 processors or APUs have been released for the laptop side. So we've gone through that already in a few Talking Tech episodes. But the desktop versions was coming out is going to be a run for the money for Intel. So Intel are going to have a big hurdle to sort of jump around to try and actually just be what AMD is going to be releasing now, especially with AMD releasing pretty much their laptop the laptop version CPUs to what they've got in the desktop versions, which pretty much is going to destroy what's coming out at the moment now. So it's going to be a fighting of Team Red and Team Blue at this stage, and also Team Red versus Team Green. So it's going to be very, very interesting what's going to be.
It will be, mate. Soon. It will be. Yeah. It's going to be a big end of the year, isn't it? I mean, you're lining all that up. You've got, and then I believe the Xbox PS5 as well. You know what I mean? I think that's sort of around that time as well.
Exactly right.
And then I'm pretty sure, I think you're going to see the Nvidia. I think you said it at the start in the Nvidia 3000 series. I mean, there's going to be a lot of drops.
Yeah, exactly right. Ken goes, I'm curious to see how Star Trek and what will not go with deliveries.
True.
Ordered keyboard and mouse for delivery to see how long that will take. I have got deliveries from overseas, Ken, and they've been the same time frame as it really doesn't matter if it's COVID-19 or not.
Yeah, I'm the same as Lee.
Yeah, I've got stuff from, I think it was from Bangkok and Hong Kong, and it was a 3-day turnaround, 4 days max. Interstate next day. Yeah. So you should be all right.
Yeah, fingers crossed for you, man. I got a new Audio Technica headset from Melbourne. I think I ordered it on Thursday and it arrived today, obviously long weekend.
Yeah. That's actually really good.
It's really good.
You actually got it today, so which is
I know. I was really impressed with that. And then I think I ordered something from Amazon Prime last week and it came today as well. So I've been lucky. So fingers crossed for you, Ken. Fingers crossed for you, brother, that it's that you get your keyboard and mouse pretty quickly.
Yeah. Then we've also got Andy. I got a love ordering a monitor 2 weeks ago and still having no word in when it's coming from PC Keisuke. You're going to make sure they actually had the order in stock because there's they've been doing a lot of that as well. And a lot of retailers do say they've currently got stock. We were just discussing the Go XLR before the
we were actually
show. A lot of online retail stores said they had it in stock. I actually did an order about 5 months ago for one. After about 5 days, I heard nothing off them, and then they told me it's on back order and you got about 2 months. So it was because of
really fuck.
And they were reluctant to give me the refund, saying, "Oh no, wait 3 more days, it's going to come in." Blah blah. I'm like, "No, just give me the refund." Andy says, it's in stock. Apparently, it's been at Ozpost for 2 weeks. Well, that's not a good sign, Andy.
No, that's weird, mate. That's really weird. I'll be chasing that up.
Yeah, exactly right. And Darko's, I've got one from PLE, and it was on normal time frame. So so exactly right. So there's not much change between that. But going back to what we're talking about here, so AMD Ryzen 4000 desktop CPUs, as you can see, Computex this year, if it becomes obviously something you can go there yourself physically, or it's going to be an online live event, which I'm thinking they might do.
Yeah.
Hearing the backwards from that, from different brands, a lot of the releases will not have anyone in there. It'll be pretty much just person on stage from the brand, and then it's talking about the new products that have been released. So that's going to be very interesting to see that what AMD have actually got plans coming in for obviously September. Then obviously you got Intel 10 Gen as well. Comet Lake desktop releases will be around the same time as that as well. So but I've already heard down the grapevine that Intel are going to try and release their CPUs at least a month before AMD to try and get their hands on it, because they're already saying AMD, as soon as they release, it's going to be bang for buck.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone's just going to go for Ryzen again. Major upgrades. And the good thing about this, even the 4000 series will still be able to fit it into your current socket. So X370, 470, and 570 at the moment.
That's good.
I don't know if it'll go into 370 though. It might go to 470 and 570. I don't think there's much difference between it because it is still the same socket. But obviously, you will not have PCIe 4.0 if you're not running X570.
100%.
So
I definitely think it will fit in the 370. Definitely, but I don't think.
Well, it will fit right down. But it's just the chipset won't handle the new processor.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Unless they release a BIOS update, which I highly doubt it. They would.
Yeah, I agree.
And then the next topic for tonight, NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3080.
I need
August.
one.
Yes. August 2020 reveal, and they're going to be launching at Computex 2020 this year. So a lot of things going to be going around this time. And
Computex is going to be huge. Even if it's online, it's still going to be huge, isn't it? I'm just expecting, it's still going to be a very big event for most tech companies for sure. A lot of companies have lined up for Computex still, and I think they're going to be. I don't know. I hope they, by then we'll see what the world looks like in terms of ticket sales and stuff like that. But I think Computex is definitely not one to miss this year. It's going to be a big one.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But with Intel's releasing their 3000 series graphics cards, it's going to be very interesting to see what Big Nub is going to be like with AMD and what difference is going to be there. But at this stage here, looks like this year for Computex, if it ends up going ahead, to be honest. But look, either way, they'll still release the hardware.
Yeah,
we're already seeing new motherboards from the brands that I've seen under NDA at the moment, and also the NVIDIA graphics cards will be soon to be released. But everything at the moment now is literally take with a grain of salt. You don't know what sort of performance is going to be like. People are saying 20, maybe 30% difference performance. Some are saying 40.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, it'll look in my experience between it, it's always been 20 to 25%.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if it's more than that. And again, like you said, take it with a grain of salt. But 20 to 25% for 3000 series, I would think. But I mean, technology these days, who knows? But with everything going on, I mean, I would think 20 to 25%. I don't know. Yeah, I would expect that as a minimum, especially for the price point you're thinking that these are going to enter the market in.
Exactly right. So Kent's been saying so far, I've been looking at the Power Color Radeon RX 5700 XT Liquid.
Yeah, nice.
I've currently got here, which I'll show you guys now. Obviously, who doesn't know, I've actually bought the studio home because I'm working from home at the moment. And Sapphire have sent me the 5600 XT, which I'm currently doing. So I'll be looking at probably doing this the next day or two, and then hopefully get that edited out from Robbie. And then also Seagate have sent me their Fire CUDA 1 terabyte.
Hell yeah.
So I'll be looking at that.
Make sure you stay linked to the YouTube for those.
The review on that. And
amazing
reviews. As you guys can see here, I'm still currently doing the review on the Aura 17 as well. So pretty much did all the benchmarks today and did some gaming on it as well. So gaming benchmarks. Got to say, I was playing Doom Eternal and I was getting 300 plus frames. It was ridiculous.
Yeah. Is that Hunt Showdown that you've got loaded there? Is that
yeah, I did. Yeah, I'm actually doing a benchmark on that as well.
Hunt Showdown, baby.
Yeah. So yeah, this flight could have come. It actually came a bit dinged up from the courier. And I spoke to Seagate about this, and look, they said to me, "Was it going okay?" I'm like, "Look, I haven't opened it yet; it's still sealed, but I'm sure the M.2 is fine in here, so I'll definitely have a look at that." But PCI Gen 4, I've got my AMD system, my X570 sitting over there, so I'm definitely going to be see what speeds you're going to be getting on this machine as well. So really can't wait to get them on the roll. And just continuing to reviews. I've got a few other products there, which Robbie's doing some B-roll at the moment, so I'm waiting for them to come back.
Robbie Donut.
Yeah, so it'd be absolutely fantastic to see everything that's going to be coming here. And like I said, the content's still coming out. We've had a few issues with one of my cameras, so I actually bought a brand new camera now. And
what'd you get?
I bought a Blackmagic. So yeah, $2,000, and that is just the body on its own.
Far out, mate. That's good though. It's gonna be incredible. Man.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be incredible.
Yeah.
So you got the Brio still, and then the Blackmagic now.
Yeah, Blackmagic. I've got the GH4, which is sitting above here.
Yeah.
You guys can see here. This is my top-down camera.
Yeah.
It's my top-down camera here.
Oh yeah. Yeah, just saying.
So if I'm doing my overhead shots, pretty much you guys will see here. So eventually when I do the review, this will be flipped over. I'll pulling the back cover off and you guys can see it on here. But this is what pretty much you'll see. This is what you won't see in the camera, but you'll see this shot from this lens here.
Yeah.
So yeah, can't wait.
So what's the first impressions on the Lappy? What's the first impressions?
Do you guys want to know how much the ROP is on this laptop first?
Hit us.
$6,000. Yep. So it's got a 98. It's a 9980 HS or HQ CPU, 32 gig of RAM. It's got an RTX 2080 in it. It's got a 1 terabyte NVMe, 1 terabyte SATA, and then it's got 2 other spare ports for another NVMe, another SATA as well.
Ooh.
240 hertz screen. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That is crazy. That's crazy as well because Deadluck said he was going to buy me one. So that's incredible that he's got that amount of money to spend on me. I'm jealous, man. That's crazy.
Hey, I've actually gone out and spent $5,000 on a laptop because
Have you?
I just went, you know what, I don't want any more desktops. I was actually working a lot more with laptops back in the day. I'm a huge laptop fan. I've had about I'm not talking shit. I've had about 20 laptops since I started doing IT.
Yep.
And they've all been sort of high end, mid to high end. I've never had a low end laptop.
Yeah.
So when I say these sort of things, I enjoy doing them, but these sort of reviews are sort of like something that you would like, but you can never have, or something that you would like, but you never spend the money on. But you know what? Just to see the amount of raw performance that comes out of this machine, it's pretty much
incredible.
The equivalent of a desktop is absolutely ridiculous. So, and you have got room for upgradability as well. Obviously, you know, CPU and GPU are pretty much standard, but obviously you can upgrade the RAM. You can put NVMe's on there. It is only a 1080p screen. That's the reason why you'll get such a high frame rate on this machine. And then plus being 240 hertz as well. On top of that is going to be something that's going to be out of this world as well. My question would be how, no, it doesn't get hot at all.
Doesn't get hot at all? Not at all.
So listen to this. This is when I can actually boost the fans up. Can you see that? Yeah.
Mate, that sounds like Qantas.
Yeah, well, trust me. That's the reason why those the video
sounds
scenes.
like a Boeing just took off.
Well, the scenes you're going to see on the YouTube channel will not have that sound. It'll just be silent with music playing in the background.
It looks like a beast. It does look like a beast. Like I can see it from here. Obviously, I love the RGB there at the front. Where I hate the gaming laptops that go way too over with the RGB because sometimes when you've got a rig like that, you need it for business and gaming. Do you know what I mean? And if you're sitting, you know, in a business boardroom and you've got RGB going, you know, what I mean, I'm pretty confident that's just going to be, you know, really weird.
This is mainly gaming. I wouldn't classify it. Look, you can use it as business. It's got mechanical switch keyboard as well.
Yeah.
This is mainly for gaming. I wouldn't say much more than that.
Would you say you're a business / gamer though? I mean, running your business and stuff like that. Is that the laptop's main use, or would you say it's purely gaming and you're leaving business
for
here,
or the laptop I use every day?
On a laptop you use every day.
So I've got a GS65.
Yeah.
It's very thin. It's got an RTX 2070 in it as well.
Yeah.
It's pretty much similar spec to what this is.
Yeah.
But it's hard to say. The reason why I bought the GS65 because it's about as thin as the base.
Yeah.
Closed. So when it opens up, it's actually more thinner. And the performance I get out of the GS65 is more than enough. It's lightweight. I can take it around. I can get 4 to 5 hours of battery life into it if I just put everything right down. This thing here takes 2 power supplies for it to run.
It takes 2?
Yes, there's 2 power supplies for it to run.
Woo! Yeah,
and they're fucking huge bricks like this big. So it takes 2 power supplies for it to run. So this is a replacement desktop. This is something you wouldn't be taking around. If you had to buy one of these and you're a traveler and you wanted to game all the time, you can probably put it in your suitcase and then open up when you get to the hotel. If you're there for a couple of weeks, you've got something to game on, which is great. But if you're looking for more of a lightweight laptop, but on the go, it'll have to be Razer or the GS66 now. Actually, there's a new version of it at the moment. And there's
2
also
power supplies.
Oris do have a 15-inch version as well, which is thinner. But like I said, this is a desktop replacement laptop. Don't compare this to anything else from that.
I can't imagine sitting in the airport waiting lounge, mate, and just hooking up your little laptop there with 2 power supplies and shutting down the whole, airport waiting zone with the power because you're just absorbing all of it.
Yes, exactly right.
And so in terms of portability, it doesn't seem, but man, it looks impressive. Can't wait for the review.
Yeah, I can't wait to finish it. I've only got about a week and a bit left with it. So I've got to finish off my side and send off to Roy to get some B-roll done to it and then hopefully get that released out. But I'm trying to...
And then it gets sent to me, right? Is that when it gets sent to me?
Well, Gigabyte is sending me another one. So this is the 9th version. Oh. So this is the top tier 9th version they've released to me.
Yeah.
As soon as I get this one back, they're going to send me over the 10th gen Intels.
Oof.
So, nice. And then AMD, I'm getting the AMD laptops as well. So I don't mind doing laptops. They are good fun. You've got to be an enthusiast. So I'm a laptop enthusiast myself. So for me, I enjoy looking at it and having a play with it. And don't get me wrong, when I first started benchmarking it. It wouldn't go as 60 FPS. I was saying,
Yeah.
what's wrong with this thing? And found out that the previous person that did the review on this had stuffed all the settings up. And I don't know what his review came like, but it was like it was running on the Intel graphics, not on the RTX 2080.
Yep.
So I don't know what he did or what they did prior to that, but fixed it all up and went from 60 FPS to 310 on Doom. So big difference.
Fuck. Just a little bit of a jump.
Yeah. And mind you, yes, I will be. I'll probably full turbine mode when I'm doing my benchmarks as well. So the temps you're seeing when you see the review will be, because it boosts up anyway. Because as soon as I think it reaches like 70, 75 degrees, it goes full turbine. So I'll just put it on straight away.
Have you had it on your lap? Have you tried to lose it on your lap?
I wouldn't dare to be honest. It's fucking too heavy. It's just too heavy.
Yeah, too heavy. Yeah.
All right. So going to the next topic for tonight. Xbox Series X release dates, specs, designs, and launch titles for the next generation. What are your thoughts, guys, in the chat on the new Xbox Series X? What do you think of the sort of building tower design they've made up on here?
I think it's going to be one powerful machine, isn't it? They're saying, obviously we were just coming off that, but it's going to be one big powerful mother of a machine.
Yeah.
From what I can see, the controller and that, so obviously I think we're talking about the PS5 controllers a little bit later. From what I can see, the controllers haven't really changed. I think they've sort of been happy with that. But
that's right.
In terms of what this is going to be able to run and the power this bad boy is going to put out, woof.
I agree, Deanie. I agree. No, exactly right, Ricky, as well. But the Xbox Series key facts are it's the next generation console. But as what Deanie was saying in the chat as well, this is not a console. This is pretty much a mini PC
100%.
with its own, Xbox OS on it.
Yeah.
And then the release date for this is looking at the holidays 2020. So it's going to be in between October and December. I've got to go for them. I might even do it in either early October or late October.
Yeah.
I
was thinking November. Thinking November.
Well, to give it that month period before Christmas comes up, but a lot of people start going for it.
Yeah.
There's been no prices yet, but they're already saying it'd be close to $1,000. I've seen, take it with a grain of salt, but I've seen about maybe at least 10 websites saying that it's going to be roughly around that time, and they're all been trusted sources from Microsoft. So has the Series X have VR? Microsoft has confirmed the Xbox Series X won't have VR at launch.
Really?
But it may have a VR later on. And also too, has the coronavirus delayed the Xbox Series X? They have been rumors this could happen, but Microsoft is still citing the same release window, which is between October and November or December. Sorry.
Yeah. Look, I think the guys are nailing it in the chat. You know what I mean? Like, it's a land PC, like Deanie's saying, 100%. You know what I mean? It's with the Xbox Companion on PC now. How is Xbox not getting phased out? 100% agreed. 100% agree. When that console becomes the size of a desktop PC and the price point as well,
exactly.
You know what I mean? Why wouldn't you, especially for Microsoft? Why wouldn't you just invest in a desktop PC for that size and stuff like that? Exactly. Obviously, you know what I mean. If Xbox fanboys are still going to want one, but it's a land PC. You're 100%. You're playing games exactly like you would on a console. Sorry, on a desktop PC. So
exactly right.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. And
the specs in it is going to be ridiculous. So
it's huge,
bar from that, and we're talking about the actual controller as well. The controller is something that's been obviously defined with the Xbox One and Xbox One X series. This, I don't see any reason why they have to change the controller.
No,
like I know we're talking about Sony next. But the way they've designed this controller has been they've done it so well. And I've got the Pro. Is it the Pro controller?
Yeah.
Is it
the Xbox Pro? Yeah. The Elite or something, is it?
The Elite controller.
Yeah,
I've
Elite,
got that. Yes, it does a major difference between the standard to the Elite version. If you were looking to buy a controller and you're going to use it for your PC, buy the Elite version. Just skip whatever is out there. Buy the Elite version and you'll love it. But going back to this is going to be a very interesting time. And like I said, everything's coming around. Bar from Computex, it's going to be released between October and November. You've got Computex before that. You've got NVIDIA releasing their video cards. You've got AMD releasing their graphics cards and their CPUs.
Mate,
and Intel releasing the 10th gen CPUs at the same time. So 2020 for us, even though the COVID-19 shit's going around and the plague that's going around the world, it's going to be very interesting to see what sort of hardware, and also is for you guys as well. Like yourself, Ricky, are you going to be waiting for the next generation NVIDIA graphics cards to be released,
Well,
or are you going to be looking at
exactly
buying something now where it's
exactly.
where I can use it, don't worry about it. I have no issues, or I have no concerns going to the 3000 series GPUs. If we are looking at 25% difference, you can go probably buy 20 Ti, and it'll be that 10% difference. But there's going to be a few differences and changes between obviously the 2000 and 3000 GPUs from NVIDIA mainly.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're having fun, but even AMD as well. So don't put AMD out, because Big Navi is going to be
exactly
Big Navi. So we'll have to soon find out with that one as well. But,
and that's exactly right. Like you hit the nail on the head there. At the same time as that Xbox being released for that price point, there's going to be the 3000 series. There's going to be the Navis. I mean, it's going to be a good time if you wanted to drop that amount of coin to upgrade your desktop PC to be somewhat more powerful. Do you know what I mean? And all running the same games. And as Deanie said in chat, again, nailing on the head, with the Xbox controller that can just be used on your desktop PC, is it worth saving the money, avoiding the console, spending it on the new 3000 series GPU, upgrading your PC, and you've got, you've got something that's more future-proof. You've got the desktop PC and you've got the Xbox capability. So you've got 2-in-1 sort of thing for the price of, getting into console. So
exactly right.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But I 100%, I think Xbox, I don't know. It's hard if the console game's over. I think PlayStation are going to tear out in front. I think PlayStation is still separate enough from the desktop race that it can be for the consumer and people like that. But I think Microsoft are too tied into the desktop world that it just doesn't make sense to me to spend that much money on not just upgrading your PC and then having the Xbox games there. And if it's correct me if I'm wrong, but cross capability as well. I mean, if I can sit here and play with you, Lee, if you get the new Xbox and all I buy is a new graphics card and an Xbox controller, can we play Xbox games together?
Yeah, cross platforms are obviously it's come out a lot, especially in most of the games today. It's like especially like COD, for example. You're playing COD, it's all cross platform at the moment. So a lot of people look the console creators, like example like Sony and Microsoft, have finally realized that people that can't afford PCs or people that have room for a PC are buying consoles and missing out on playing with their mates with PCs, or vice versa, right? So having cross-platform play is the only way to go these days, and the developers have no choice but to do it, because look, they're saying we're missing out on 15% of these people buying the game because they can't play with their friends, or we're missing out on 10% of this because they can't play with their friends. They've sort of realized that the range that people are playing, and you got to work it out as well. That percentage of people that play FIFA or play, fighting games on consoles, they're like the sort of, I wouldn't even call them minor, because there's actually a very large amount of people actually playing FIFA, for example. They've got to realize any FPS games that come out, people want to play with the group as well. And
exactly.
The only issue is, and which they've sort of resolved that issue, is obviously keyboard or mouse versus joysticks.
The controller, exactly. The age-old argument, isn't it? I mean, with Valorant dropping as well, that argument's coming out as well, because I don't think Valorant's actually given players the controller support yet. They are obviously all KBM, KBM, sorry. So again, age-old argument. I think it's just, for me, the price point is that if you're going to spend $1,000 is what we're estimating this Xbox is going to be, why you don't just do that on the desktop PC. But, some people don't have the ability to do a desktop PC, screens and all that sort of stuff. I guess I get that. It just seems like a double up to me. It feels like they're fighting their own war. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
They're fighting their own war. I mean, Windows and all that sort of stuff, I don't know, you're giving two products that are actually then, fighting each other. So I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Golf goes good. I'll get the PS5 as well. Being a PC gamer, never really saw much sense in buying an Xbox.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of things as well. People have got that combination of saying, well, why should I buy an Xbox when I can play games on PC? Where Sony gets some sort of titles that are just for exclusive to PlayStation.
Yeah.
Where like I can't even play this game because it's exclusive to Sony. And then Dini goes MITX or MATX PC hooked up to TV with a controller, Xbox Live, bam, you've got more powerful Xbox.
Exactly,
That's another thing
100%.
as well.
Yeah.
Or you don't even need that. You just go buy yourself the Nvidia Shield, and you're set
Yeah,
and done.
true. Yeah.
Whatever your machine's got, it will stream it to the Nvidia Shield, and you can play it exactly. I've tried it. I've got one. I've got the new Nvidia Shield as well, which I haven't tried yet, but I've got the old one, which is like the Pro version, and I've played pretty much games with the controller, and there is zero difference, and you're getting your performance out of your PC. Its only issue you're going to have is that whatever your internal network's going to be, you do need AC Wi-Fi to be 100% sort of lag free. But like Deanie said, you can just buy a mini machine, and that's it. You sit and done. On stage goes, not every family is going to go out and buy their kids PCs. That's another thing as well. That's the reason why a lot of people go for consoles.
But is every parent going to go out and buy $1,000 Xbox for their kid?
Well, that's the thing. That's another thing as well. So,
you know what I mean?
And also too, there's going to be, a lot of people, for example, on Twitch, right? And obviously as streamers like ourselves, you've got kids these days, like my nephews, one of them's 12 turning 13, the other one's 9 turning 10. They're already over the consoles. They don't want to play console anymore. All the mates are on consoles, but because they watch Twitch so much and they see the sort of games they play.
Exactly.
The first thing they ask, "Oh, Uncle, can I get a keyboard and mouse?" I've got a dozen of them, so I gave them one each. And they said, "Oh, it's so much better than control." You know how long it took me to convert them from going from control to keyboard and mouse? And I said to them, "Trust me, do it." They'll actually slept here. They slept here for a weekend, and they just LAN. Obviously, the studio it's got four PCs in here, so they loved it. And
cheers for the invite, by the way.
Anytime. You're more than welcome. And literally after that weekend, they'll convert it over to keyboard and mouse.
Yeah.
And that's it.
And that's exactly right. The Twitch market is dominating. Do you know what I mean? You're seeing the numbers, and we're talking about that later on. Yeah. The Summit 1Gs, the Tim the Tapmans, the Dr. Disrespects. They're all PC gamers. Do you know what I mean? And the kids of today are watching Twitch, are loving Twitch, and they're watching all their favorite streamers play on PC, and that is going to steer them away from, console gaming when there's not many console gamers on Twitch. I think, with that market, a lot of the kids are like, well, I want what Dr. Disrespect's playing. I want what Tim the Pat band's got. Do you know what I mean? And especially kids of that age are going to want to be like their favorite streamer. So dominated. They're talking about it in the schoolyard and that. They're going to want that new PC and stuff like that. And I think, again, that's where the console, you know what I mean? It's going to be, mum and dad, can I have a computer instead of can I have the new Xbox? I don't know. So.
Yeah, well, that's going to be another thing as well. And if AMD keep going the way they are with the 4000 series, even the 3000 series, it's going to be more affordable to actually buy a PC than it will be to be a console at this stage.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
But and also too, like Deadlocks is saying as well, like what family is going to be able to afford this sort of cash for the next
100%.
With this
after this year.
Yeah, exactly. COVID-19 is going to be such. It's, unless you've got money in or you've got a baller PC at the moment now, which you can sell off, and you can give you that, sell your graphics card for $1,000, and for an extra $500 you get the new series. For them, it's like, you know what? Yep, I'm losing 500, but I'm gaining something better. It's just current gen. Exactly. So if anyone was going to wait to buy anything, it would just wait a week before Computex, and you'll see the marketplace either not flooded because no one can afford to buy new stuff to upgrade, or it's going to be flooded with the current generation CPUs, graphics cards, motherboards, because everyone's going to be upgrading.
Yeah, so, it's crazy. Yeah. It'd be interesting. I'd love to see what the sales are like compared to previous consoles coming this year. I'd love to put this new Xbox next to previous Xbox sales and see. I'd love to see what the outcome is, especially not only with what we're discussing, how it's so similar in comparison, but also after COVID and that, and what people with job losses and stuff like that. It's going to be who's going to have. Right. People might not have a grand this year.
Yeah, two figures. More and more titles that were on console only are now coming to PC as well.
True.
Yes, we are seeing that, but the issue we're seeing with that as well, it's like Red Dead? It took like 6 months to be converted over, which I understand. Obviously, it's probably the coding must be much easier on consoles than it is on PCs, but it's ridiculous to see that it's taking them so long to get a game ported over onto PC, where so many people have probably bought it on console, clocked it, finished with it, and now we're getting it on PC now. So then that 35% or 40% difference they've made up because people couldn't play it on consoles,
Yeah.
they're already old. The game's already old news.
Yeah.
So I say if you are going to release a game, release it on PC, console on the day it gets released, or just don't release it at
100%.
all.
Agreed.
You know?
Agreed. Need to do it. Don't space it.
So if you guys was worth the wait, it's amazing on PC over consoles. Obviously, if you got a baller PC, it's going to always look better than console, regardless. Except when these PS5 and the Xbox One X series comes out, because the graphics on them is going to look absolutely ridiculous, and especially if you got a 4K. If you got a 4K TV, well, like my Xbox One X now, it's got it's 4K. It's got 4K in it, and every game, like when I played Assassin's Creed, I think it was the last one that came out.
Yeah.
It looked phenomenal.
Don't when they drop, man.
Ridiculous.
When they drop. Oh. Yeah.
Joe goes, I am 100% for PC for the win, but there will always be a place for consoles. Well, yeah, it's depending what console you're talking about. If you're talking about old school consoles, fair enough. But new ones today, look, I haven't bought a PlayStation since the PS3. I haven't touched a PS4 yet at all, except my nephew's one. That's it. Like I've looked at it, never even thought of buying it. Yeah, I've always been an Xbox fan, but it's gonna be see how it's gonna be like when the PS5 and the Xbox One comes out, or the Xbox Series X comes out, to see what it's gonna be like now.
I think he's 100% right, and there's always a place for console. I just don't think that console is the Xbox. I think that console is the Nintendo Switch. I think that console might still be the PlayStation with exclusive titles because they are so different to desktop PCs. I just think Microsoft Xbox isn't going to be the console of choice in the future because of how well desktop PCs are doing. I think you're absolutely right with consoles are still there because we see Nintendo Switch, how popular that is, because there's no titles like that you can play on computer.
That's right.
And PlayStation as well with exclusive, exactly. Or PS5 or PS4 titles, I apologize, aren't on PC or anything like that. It's just I don't think the Xbox is going to be the top seller.
Exactly right. So going to our next topic for tonight, going back to what we're talking about the consoles, this looks so much like an Xbox controller.
Doesn't it?
Absolutely ridiculous.
If you squint a little bit, can you see the Stormtrooper helmet in it as well? Can you see that? I swear it looks like a Stormtrooper helmet.
Well, there's actually a photo online going around that the PS5 will look like this. So it's got the white and the black accents on it.
Really?
But there was a comparison page. I was actually trying to look for it today, but I couldn't find it because I did see it. I was over the weekend, to be honest, and it looks so much like the Xbox One X controller.
It does, mate. They've realised.
I should say.
They've realised.
But there has got a few, obviously, it's got a few new features. So it used to be called the DualShock, and now it's called the DualSense. So on the triggers, there are adaptive. Is it adaptive? They call it. I can't remember the word of it. Adaptive feedback, I think it's called adaptive feedback.
Oh, okay.
So, example, if you're driving like a car simulator, car simulator game, if
switch gears or something,
if you're switching gears, or if you actually hit the right hand side of the car, there's haptic feedback. You'll actually feel the vibration on the right hand side. If you're shooting a gun, you'll get that sort of like that feedback from the recoil of the gun as well.
Fuck, man.
So
there's shoulders out.
Yeah, they've also stated that there's going to be an internal mic in the PS5 controller as well.
Nice.
Take that with a grain of salt. I don't know how good the mic's going to be, but a lot of people don't use headsets to play console. Some people do. So for the fact of actually having your TV as you sound and you've got the microphone on the actual controller itself, that's going to be another thing as well. So it's good that Sony's doing a lot of changes and to sort of say, you know what, the PS5 is a different console.
We need to.
Just the same console.
Exactly. We need to move with the market. Yeah.
It needs to be changed to the market. Exactly what you're saying there. So, and the same thing too, as you can see from here. So they're saying between October and December. So it's going to be
it's going to be massive drop.
The same timeline.
Yep. Exactly. They're not going to let Xbox drop without them being either close behind or in a few closer days in head. 100%.
Haptic feedback. Thank you, Mitch.
Haptic.
Yes, it was
crazy, dude.
It was
crazy.
There, it was there, but it's pretty
Look, I think the PlayStation 5 for me is still going to be something that people will want and buy. I can see more sales in the PS5 than I can in the Xbox because of exclusive titles such as your Days Gone, which was on that. What is the other one that everyone plays? That zombie dead one. I can't think of it. Chat will let me know. There's another title there that is a zombie killer one that's huge with the little girl and the guy that I don't spoilers. And and what was the recent one, the package delivery game as well? Yeah. So I can't think of the title. It's gone off my head. But for me, the PS5 has still got the Last of Us. Thank you so much, Black. I couldn't think of it. I was explaining it. He was like, I know what he says. I know what he says. But for me, they're exclusive titles, the way they're doing it, the way they're changing the console, the controller, they know that the market's changing and they need to change with it. It's not all about, performance and stuff like that. They are changing what they want to keep up with the market. And I think, like the Switch, I think there's still a place for PlayStation as long as they keep those exclusive titles and they keep changing, the way that the game is. Yeah. I see a lot of sales for them. And that controller, I think you've hit the nail on the head when you were saying earlier, the Xbox controller hasn't changed because it has been so comfortable and so good for so many years. Yeah. And PlayStation have realized that theirs is not been that good or that comfortable for so long that they need to change. And I know a lot of the top gamers, when you're talking in the console games, the esports, don't use PlayStation controllers, even if it's a PlayStation game. They're all got, what are they called? Like the Razer ones or the, those aftermarket controllers that are all based like Xbox controllers for comfortability and, access to SCUF. Thank you, Deanie. Yeah. So, I think they needed to change it, and it looks like, that looks like a winner to me. We'll wait and see. Exactly right.
So I'm going to mage because online match chat is going to be awful. Everyone having a mic means everyone's just going to be letting the ambient noises and can't wait for the I think it's the vacuum cleaners. Noises. Yeah. So it's gonna be very interesting to see. But look, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's not a bad idea. I'm pretty sure there'll be a dedicated mute button on the actual controller. If they don't do it, it's very stupid if they don't do that. But it's
my ambient noise.
It's an idea to have it.
You've been on it all day. You're such a lazy bum.
I'm not sure if you guys have played Hellblade. I have played Hellblade, but Xbox did buy Ninja Theory out, and so Hellblade 2 will be an Xbox exclusive, so it'll be on PC as well this time around because of all these games. My friends are matchmaking for PC Switch. Making the Switch and I are making the PC Switch. So they're converting over to PC pretty much. And yeah, I don't blame for that as well. So that's going to be
welcome in.
You need tiny child hands for the PlayStation controls. You do. Like I could never play it. One of the reasons why I didn't buy the PlayStation is because of the controller itself, because it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
PCMR, yes it is, mate. It's 100%. Exactly.
So I want to know, Lee. I want to know then, right? If I give you $1,000 and I say you can either go and buy a new 3000 series from Nvidia or the Xbox, what are you spending that $1,000 on that I just gave you?
I think I've answered that question. Yeah, it'll be a GPU.
See? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
The only reason why I would probably buy the Xbox Series X is for the kids.
Yeah.
And that'll be the only reason why.
True.
Daredevil Sacco, speaking about my nephews, actually. Yeah, hello, mate.
Hey, bud. Hey, nephew.
DDAct, yeah. Oh, there you go. Then I just answered for you. Lee will buy both. Yeah, look, like I said, the only reason why I'd buy the new Xbox, which I've done it since Xbox 360, is because I did play console for a fair bit, especially if it was exclusive titles. But since they've sort of pulled that back off the Xbox and exclusive titles wasn't really there anymore, that's the only reason why I didn't buy the PS5. PS4 was one for the controller, and two, I had zero interest. I hate the OS on the PS4. Absolutely ridiculous. They have not changed it, even though it may look different. It's exactly the same coding on it. The Xbox has changed a bit, and you can see it's sort of up to date, really. But I've never been a fan of the PlayStation OS at all.
Fair enough.
Booster goes, damn cheap GPU for 1K. Yeah, I'll have to add probably another $1,000 on top of that for me to get what I really want.
Exactly. Yeah, I was way off.
but you think about it too. Yeah, like if you had to go, say, I wouldn't even say full baller PC, right? You would need at least $2,000 to $3,000, and that's being,
that's being nice
on high to ultra. 4 to 5, you're on ultra. Like my PC at the moment now, as it stands and sits, what is in here at the moment? Retail is about $6,000 to $7,000. That's the desktop on its own. plus the monitors on top of that. If you had to go retail on the PG 279Qs, when they came out, they're about $1,500 each. So it's like $4.5 grand in monitors. Yep. So yeah, depending how far you want to go with your PC, but you don't need to go far. Example, look, with AMD, with $1,000, regardless of disregard the GPU, you will still get a really good computer for $1,000 if you have to go AMD.
Yeah, you will, especially if you can build it yourself as well.
And also, if you go secondhand as well. As soon as I'm telling you the marketplace and pretty much any online BSS sites you're going to get on there.
You linked me the other day.
You would be able to get a really good PC, even at 1440p res. You'll be able to get something for about $1,500 to probably $2,000. I'm talking about a full desktop ready to go.
Yep.
Because
Cerulean Mage asked a great question in chat. Do you believe the PS5 or Xbox X will have native mouse and keyboard support?
Yes,
I think it will.
Yeah, they already have. They've already said that. It's on the PS4s and Xbox.
I think it will. 100%. You can't not.
Xbox have had it for a while now. PS5 have just sort of, well, not recently, but it's they've had support was for some of the Razer keyboards, I think it was, and mice, but now it's got full options on it. I think I haven't tried is the Naga. So which I'll try on my nephew's PS4 when I see him next. On stage, if Xbox did that, would be a big edge for them.
Well, I think they've been doing it, haven't you? You've been saying they've been doing that for a while. So I mean, I think you have to, especially when you're a Microsoft console, you have to have keyboard and mouse support. 100%.
Yeah. Black goes, I'm new to the PC conversation, so this is intriguing. I'm all for the constant upgrades aspect for PC. Instead, I'm waiting for over-expensive releases consoles. So a decent setup for $1,000 is more expensive short run or long run. Like I said, depends what monitors you've got is going to be. Is going to be your issue. So a lot of people have this sort of thing where they'll buy, just for example, a 34-inch PG 348Q, right, which is an Asus monitor. It's a 1440p monitor. So the size of the monitor doesn't really matter. It's what it's outputting in resolution. Yep. So you can have a 24-inch to a 34-inch to a 49-inch. It all depends on what resolution your monitor is. And a lot of issues, concerns behind that. People have a baller PC with, example, other 1080p. We'll lock this thing here. If you guys didn't see before, I can show you guys now. This is pretty much my spec PC in a laptop, give or take, right? It's a 240 hertz monitor, but it's only at 1080p resolution. So when I was playing Doom Eternal today, for example, I was getting over close to 300 frames per second. Or say 200, between 240 and 280, I think it was.
Which is nuts for a laptop.
I was getting 300 plus in CSGO, which is, CSGO is a bit of an older game, but it's still nuts. 300 plus. But it's a 1080p resolution, and it's got an RTX 2080 in it. So if you had to example buy a lower end laptop or even a lower end desktop, for example, say even a 1660 or an RX 5600 XT, for example, they are made for 1080p high settings. So it all depends on what you've got, in this case here, and then it all depends on really what games you're sort of playing as well. So you will judge your PC by what sort of games you play. It's simple as that. If you play example, and I'm just choosing titles here, I'm choosing my titles, for example, World of Warcraft, World of Warships, for example, League of Legends, any of the MOBA games, you do not need a very high-end desktop or even laptop or so forth like that. But if you're playing AAA titles with ultra graphics and you want, everything to look fabulous, and you want it through, like you're pretty much popping out of the screen when you're playing a game, it's a completely different aspect. But you've also got to see, like I said, it all depends on what you're using your monitor for. Yeah, exactly. If it's a 27-inch 1080p, 144 hertz or 120 hertz or 75 hertz monitor, if it's 60 hertz, please just upgrade, because you will die once you see 144 hertz.
You're bottlenecking yourself, aren't you? I know it's not the classic terminology to use, but you're bottlenecking yourself. You have got a PC there that's compatible of putting out to so much more, and you're bottlenecking yourself by a bad screen.
Well, that's exactly right. And that's the reason why. And look, the PG279Qs are a very old monitor. They're about 3 years old now. But I still, at this stage, I had the 348Q, so I had a 34-inch. I loved it. I had no issues with it. But for me, I still had my 279Q, and I ended up selling my 348Q and got another two 279Qs here, and I have not gone back. I think these ones have actually dropped down to about $100, but they're about $100 now. But they're 165 hertz IPS. The color saturation on these are the RGB, and this is pretty much nearly 100%. You can't go around it. But like I said, it all depends on the games you play. To the monitors you've got, you need the desktop to suit. Don't go full baller PC and you're still playing on 1080p.
That's exactly right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, if you drop the cash on the PC, you need to consider that, or take in consideration that money you need to drop on that desktop PC, you need to drop it on a monitor as well.
That's exactly right.
I think part of the mentality of, I don't know if it's an old school thing or not, but building a desktop PC without considering what monitor you have or what you're going to leave that alone, is you're bottlenecking yourself. It's a mistake.
So Mage guys, do you reckon 360 hertz will become common in the next few years? It's already common. They've already released it. Asus have already got it. MSI are going to be releasing their own version of it as well. I think they're up there, but they're about 300. They're at 300 hertz at the moment. Yeah. It's not so much about being common. It's also it's about this new technology being released. Like when the 279Qs got released and they were 165 hertz, everyone's saying there's no way it's going to go past this. Yeah, it would be years and years and years before. It took about a year and a half before they surpassed it. Mind you, these are IPS monitors. So the ones that release, for example, 300 hertz, they're still high in TN. So TN panels are very different to IPS. So just be very careful in what you're buying. But if you had to go and buy something, you can definitely go around it. So just don't see it so much. But
and I think Deanie put out a good comment in the chat as well, saying that 1080p needs to be a thing of the past, but it won't because of the competitive scene. That's 100% is correct as well. You know what I mean? We see so many competitive players still using 1080p because of the competitive scene, and even like yourself, Deanie, who is a massive R6 gamer. He's screen ratio and stuff like that. So it's a really good point.
Going back to 2G says not everyone can afford a 1080p 144 hertz monitor.
Yeah, that's true.
At 1440p.
That's
you know what? Yes and no. That all depends on what sort of budget you put around your PC when you first build it, and what you are looking at, and what sort of games you're playing as well. For me, I would rather prefer, because understand what you're doing, right? It's not so much what your PC can put out; it's also what is in front of your face every single day. So, if you had to, example, sacrifice 2 cores of a CPU, maybe take away a bit of the motherboard, instead of buying, say, look what I've got a $1,000 motherboard. Instead of spending $1,000 on a motherboard, you spend $400 on a motherboard. You can cut down and get the same performance, and you grab that money and put it into a good monitor. That can also be done as well. So there's a lot of variance in there at the same time. Black goes, and thank you for the follow back as well. So sure, I've seen my buddy with a $4,000 PC setup, Hellblade, and it was unreal. Now I can't afford the awesome setup, but I guess it's just confused on what you need. Vague, but plan on making my PC main console with my PS4 for sports games. But I understand is making sure that the GPU meets the monitor.
You need to.
Yeah, well, you've got that as well with FreeSync at the moment now as well. So if you don't have a high end GPU, you got FreeSync, which is compatible with G-Sync at the moment now. Then you got obviously G-Sync monitors. So the 279Qs they're all G-Sync. The ones I got here. So it all depends on what. Like I said, it all goes back to how you budget your PC to what you're running. You don't need top end parts to get high end performance. No. It all depends on what CPU you get. The RAM is give or take. And then you get your graphics card. They're your 3 main things. Also,
I think monitor is like we were saying, but I think monitors have definitely come into that core planning of when you're building a PC.
Yeah, exactly right. But look, it all depends on what you're trying to sort of, and like I said, it depends what games you're playing.
Yeah, that's a good point. What you're going to be playing. If you're going to be playing Minecraft, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, you can use your phone for that, or go buy an iPad, because that's pretty much all you need for it. Mage goes, stretch res 1080p, 3 to 500 FPS for input lag reduction. 1080p isn't going to die. Look, 1080p will die eventually. 1440p is the new norm. It's a new norm. It's actually the new norm of today. The only reason why 1080p still exists is yes, you guys are right in regard to that, is because of the competitive scene, and it's the only reason why it's there. But they're already moving them. They're moving them. They are going to be moving. They're going to be moving esports to 1440.
Yeah, they will.
But it all depends on you can get like top end 1080p monitors. I think BenQ's got them, and then there's another brand out there as well. They're still like $1,000 monitor. It's like 240 hertz, whatever it is.
I think BenQ's still leading the game. 100%.
Yeah, for that side. Look, you look at any of the esports game, pretty much any of the esports.
They're all BenQ, aren't they?
They're all BenQ monitors, really.
Yeah.
But it all depends on what, and like I said, it all depends what you're playing. But for me, 1080p, I can never go back to 1080p. Like I'm playing 1080p on this thing, and it looks fantastic. It looks gorgeous on here, but then it's a laptop.
You know what's better out there. You know what I mean? It's like you know what's better. Yeah,
it's a 17-inch laptop. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you're not going to go buy yourself a 24-inch laptop or 27-inch laptop. It's a completely different ball game. But when it's a desktop, it's something
it can be better.
Yeah, exactly right. Golf says you can't afford not to, in some ways, don't rob yourself with the best computer and a crappy monitor. Exactly right, Golf. That's exactly what I was saying.
100%.
The monitor should reflect the build. Yep. It also depends on the optimizations of the game itself. Exactly, 2G. It all depends on what game you're playing. If you're playing League of Legends, you don't need a top-end, high-end PC to run that.
Nope.
CSGO, if you're competitive in CSGO, you can buy a 36. Honestly, if you're looking at buying a PC now, a 3600 or 3700 from AMD, X470 board, even a cheap X570 board, and if you're playing on 1080p, 5600 XT or 5600 XT, you'll get away with this PC for $1,500.
Mm-hmm.
Easily. And you can either buy it brand new or you can buy it secondhand from the marketplace, and you'll still have a baller PC to last you many years to come.
Yep.
But if you're one of these guys that want to play AAA titles till today, and you want to have look at your PC and be immersed on how the game is really, how it's meant to look, like what we're talking about next with DLSS 2.0 from NVIDIA.
Yep.
You need a $4,000 or $5,000 PC.
Yeah,
you run that properly.
Yeah, you do.
It will run on a lower end PC, but you won't get full.
No, you won't be
frame rates, full performance out of it. It will start bottlenecking. You'll start losing from it anyway. But as we're talking about now, DLSS 2.0. If you guys with NVIDIA cards have not seen what DLSS is all about, obviously it's got ray tracing at the same time.
Yep.
So it's pretty much what DLSS does. It actually cleans up the image itself and also
you can
bumps
see it
up
there,
the frame
can't
rate. Yeah, there's actually a video on this, which I'm going to come down to now. I think it was... It may be in that one.
Look at that.
I
think that's Last of Us there as well. Yeah, which is...
So it says deliver us from the moon.
Have a look at this.
So look at the picture quality here. I don't know if I can blow it up a bit. Can I blow it up?
You can. I'm pretty sure you can.
So the main thing about DLSS itself is the clarity of what you're playing.
Look at that.
So if you don't care about quality, for example, this is the difference you're going to get. But look at the difference. Look at the frame rate difference between. Oh, you can't see it on the screen. It's cutting it off.
Is it?
Yeah, I can
show frame rate. Oh, yes.
I can see the frame rate up here. So DLSS off, it's got 42, and DLSS on, it's got 63. So this is running on an RTX 2060 on Epic. So if we go back to here, I might drop this screen, break it, exit full screen. Here you go. You can see it now. So pausing it here, you've got 63 frames a second on one side. With DLSS on, you've got 104.
You're almost doubling. You're 20 off doubling it.
That's pretty much. And look what you're seeing here. So you are getting a difference, and they've gone right down to the RTX 2060 as well. So which is fantastic for people who's got a lower end. But it also too, with the graphics, it actually bumps the graphics up. It sharpens all the images up as well. So if you look at here, so DLSS when it originally came out, this is what it looked like. This is where you can actually see the writing on here. With DLSS 2.0, the new update, look at the sharpness of the writing here.
Look at that.
You know, it's even just the dagger, you know, the basic.
Yeah, exactly. With the handle, the handle, you can tell the artwork and the design in that handle compared to the blur that is the top picture. It's incredible.
You've also got it here as well. It's major update.
You can almost read the screen in that second picture.
Exactly right. And then you've got another one here, which is it's just the RTX 2060. Yeah, it is. It's the RTX 2060, which I'm glad they're actually using the RTX 2060 as their focus point because it's
I like it.
it's the lowest it's the lowest RTX
Yeah.
series card,
Exactly.
and the image quality you're getting out of it, especially what we just seen here. So if you look at this video, I'll pause it once it jumps up. Now look at the writing. I can read that writing on here. You can still read it.
I can't read it on the left.
It
like
says
on the right.
Wichita. I can read it here,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
like here, you can actually physically see what it actually says.
Yeah. Yeah, it's incredible. It's an incredible difference. Incredible difference.
Big difference there as well. So DLSS has been released now, so you can use it. But yeah, sorry.
And I love that they've done it on the 2060, just like you said, because that is where the consumer would be at on average around that 2060 mark, and you can see the difference you're going to get out of the DLS.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. And if you guys haven't tried DLSS as well on your gaming,
100%. Try.
Let us know in the chat and put it in there at the same time. So on stage says might have to upgrade. Tax time coming soon. Well, should be getting a big tax break this year due to this COVID-19. Sorry, is DLSS a monitor thing or GPU? No, it's actually a GPU. It's more. It is GPU based.
It's all GPU.
But then again, if you got a copy monitor, it won't be as clear as that. So
yeah, exactly. You're bottlenecking yourself. Black Bite Diamond's got a good question for you, Lee. Say someone has $1,200 to $1,500 budget. Should you stay away from big name names to get good deals on high-end products, or do you stack to bigger, reliable names and pay up the difference for the name behind that?
See, the good thing about this, particularly that a lot of the brands and vendors have got low, medium, and high.
They do.
It doesn't matter what sort of brand you've got; you can mix and match. Particularly, look, it's not. It was just by luck, to be honest. Pretty much, my PC is all Aorus, in hardware side. So I've got an Aorus motherboard, Aorus GPU, but then I'm also running Intel, so I'm running a 9900K. But also, it all depends on your budget at the same time.
Yeah, true.
If you budget yourself, let's say $1,500 is your max budget, you can get the exact same performance on, and it all depends on the GPU at the same time, what sort of cooler they put on. But the good thing about AMD at this stage now, with the new Navis coming out, they are going to be twin fan. So they're moving away from the blower style. So you can go to a sort of cheaper GPU. You'll still get the same performance out of it, but might be mindful on the cooling capabilities of the GPU. When you buy, for example, say a 3080 or a 3070 or a 3080, say 3080, and a 3080 would say $1,200, and you buy a 3080 for like $1,600, you're going to get a big difference in cooling capabilities and capacities. Especially if you buy, example, a low-end Gigabyte 3080 and you buy a high-end EVGA 3080, because the EVGA is a full custom card. They've always had that. So EVGA is an absolutely fantastic brand. I was actually a massive fan of them back years ago.
Yeah, so was I. Yeah. Never afford it.
Well, to be honest, the reason why I did buy them is because their warranty is absolutely awesome. And with that particular, when you look at brand itself, if you get a case that's got good cooling efficiency, or example, if you are going to spend $1,500 on a PC, but you are going to liquid cool it, so you're going to custom loop it. So you're going to pull the fans off the GPU, you're going to liquid cool the CPU at the same time. You will gain a 10 to 15% difference in performance just by liquid cooling your system, and still having a cheaper brands, or say the lower end cards, but from the same or different brand. That's a big difference. But if you are going to be spending money just on air cooling, I'm going to put an all-in-one in there for my CPU. GPU is going to be air cooled. You probably lose maybe that 5% difference in heat. I'm talking about. So, and that means maybe a difference of say 5 to maybe 10 frames. Because look, you are paying a lot more. You are. If you're going top end, doesn't matter if it's a say example 2080 Ti, you can buy 2080 Ti's for $1,200. You can buy a 2080 Ti's for $2,000. $2,000 ones are gonna beat the $1,200 ones.
Exactly. Because you're gonna pay. You're gonna get what you pay for.
Exactly. Custom PCB, they can overclock more. Instead of being a dual slot, they're a triple slot card. So there's a lot difference between that. Overclocking capabilities are a lot higher as well. So you sort of see, are you going to be looking for the overclocking side, or you just want the latest tech out? give me that, example, 104, 110 frames per second. I'm happy with that. I've saved myself $700, not buying a top tier card, but I'm still going to get good performance out of it. So to answer that question, yes, you can budget yourself and buy lower end tier, or say same tier but lower end brands. Just be mindful on what you're buying. So particularly look at reviewers, see what they come out with. I'll be getting a
do your research.
Well. Do your research, and just be mindful of what you're buying at the same time. Yeah. If you can see that the card, don't get me wrong, looks cheap, it's not so much, or pretty much all the PCBs are the same, unless they're a custom PCB, for example. But honestly, it all comes down to the cooler. The cooler does most of it.
Yep.
Yeah, the PCB itself, if you buy a $2,000 card, PCB is probably going to be about, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 layers thicker.
Yep.
It allows for more current. It allows for more overclocking. So if you're using MSI Afterburner, for example, you can bump it up to 100% and you might gain that 10 or 15 frames. But on the lower tier cards, it might go up, say, example, 98%, where the TDP or the TJ Maxx will not hit so much, or depending on, obviously, it might hit higher, for example, or quicker. There's so many variants to what you get. But like I said, it all depends on the sort of the games you're playing at the same time. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
King goes,
I hope that ends. There you go.
Sorry. King goes, it's good to know because I have been wanting to get a liquid cooling on my CPU and GPU. Yeah, if you get most of the GPUs of today, you can liquid cool them. Just do your research behind that before to make sure that you can buy blocks for the particular card that you are buying. So if you can buy, for example, the Gigabyte 2080 Ti OC. You can buy the stock coolers for them, or stock blocks for them. So you can pull the fan assembly off, put the liquid cooling or put the block on there, and you'll gain that 15-20% easily.
You will, 100% you will.
Instead of hitting 80 degrees,
Kevin,
on that time there, you'll be able to get maybe 100 or 200 megahertz more on the overclock. If you're not relying on GPU boost.
And in the Discord as well, the PC41 Discord, there's a lot of members in there who have custom looped Deanie13, for example, who can give you advice. And if you've never done it before, you're a bit intimidated by it. A lot of help found in the Discord of people that have done it before. They'll be more than happy to help out with custom looping as well.
Well, I'll actually show myself and Matt. We did some modding for. We entered into the Cooler Master competition here, and this was my build at the time. So this was when I built it was Warcraft theme. Yes, I had a Titan X Pascal at that time. So this build here, for one, isn't entirely expensive. I'm sorry, the parts were, but I'm talking about liquid cooling. So if you have to liquid cool your machine, the liquid cooling itself was probably about 400, I think 400 or 500 in parts. But then my PC never got over.
Yeah.
It didn't even go 50 degrees. And it was overclocked 5 gigahertz. It was a full custom loop. It was a ball of a machine. And look, mind you, I'd even do the GPU.
That coolant, man. Oof.
Yeah, I love that coolant. And then Matty did his as well. So Matt's build was custom looped, GPU and CPU. When it comes up, there you go. He had two 2080s, I think, in his one.
He had two, did he?
Yeah, I can't remember if it was 1080 Ti's in this one. So yeah, his was fully custom loop.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm actually looking at doing a few more builds on this coming soon. So I wanted to get back into modding. That's how PC419 started. I actually started PC419 as a modder, but then got out of it, went more into the review side. But a lot of the brands have been asking me to get back into modding, so I'll be looking at going to modding this year as well. Not a lot, but yeah, that's going to be something else coming up soon. So
hell yeah, looking sexy. Definitely two sexy builds there.
Both builds here, they were well over $8,000 each.
Yeah. I mean, look, some of the people saying in chat that obviously custom loop is too expensive for me. Can 100% agree with that. And obviously, it's all down to consumer base, what you're willing to spend on your PC and stuff like that. But if you're willing to do it, and you've got the money to do it, or you want a budget for it,
Mm-hmm.
you are going to get better performance out of custom looping 100%. And there are people out there, a lot of reviews. One of the guys was asking, who should I go to? 100% get in the PC419 Discord. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of people in there who have built their personal PCs with custom looping would be happy to help. But obviously on YouTube, you've got PC419 on YouTube, you've got Jay's 2 Cents, you've got Linus, all those guys would definitely have amazing videos around how to custom loop. I don't think you would be hard to find how to do it. And look, I think it could be intimidating for a few people, but trust me, when you do it and it looks that good, like you can see in the video that Lee's playing now, definitely take into consideration.
Yeah, exactly right. 2G goes, I prefer to be able to afford. Does the custom loop cool the VRM? So yes, it does. So
yeah, it does.
Depending what CPU block you get, if you go back to here, I'll show you. Well, it's actually right here. I'll pause it back here. So the block I put on here is a full block. So it pretty much you pull the VRM coolers off and you put the full block that goes over it, and that cools CPU and VRMs at the same time. So the overclocking capabilities from the 700X was absolutely amazing at the time when I did it.
It was, yeah.
And the Titan XP, look, for a blower style card, Matt was busting my balls to go to a block on it, but I said I'll never change it because I'm actually a big fan of the OEM cards. 2G, thank you very much for the follow. And yeah, like I said, this card here was a freak. It overclocked awesome. I was getting massive performance out of it, and it didn't go above 65 degrees on an air-cooled card. So you can get air-cooled cards that are just binned by chance. Yeah,
just absolutely nuts, yeah.
Most likely, if you do buy an NVIDIA card, it is a binned card. You are going to get top of the range card. So, so if you be very mindful on that. If I'm not sure if NVIDIA is still selling their cards actually direct to the public anymore, but if they still are, and you want to keep air cooled and you had the money for it, because they're about I think they're about $200 or $300 more than you buy an RRP.
Yep,
it's definitely well worth it because that Titan XP was an absolutely fantastic card. So,
and if you're keeping the general PC custom looped anyway, avoiding the GPU, the whole rig's going to be cool in itself. So the air inside that the GPU might be processing would be naturally cooler anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Their websites now has their vendor cards. Yeah, there you go. So they probably stocked up by now. So there you go. But yeah, I've done a few customs back in the day, so I'll be getting back more into that because they are good fun. You got to have a lot of time for them as well.
Definitely get into Discord if you can eat it, guys. Yeah, always people happy to help.
Don't get me wrong, I get a lot of DMs during the day and it's helping it no matter what sort of tech it is or it's issues, concerns with retailers. I'm helping.
Always people there to help.
Yeah, I think it's PS2 at the moment. I'm helping him at the moment with an issue with one of his cards. He's had like 4 returns so far, so I've given him all the details what to do. And sort of to go for ACCC, or it's Consumer Affairs for New Zealand for him. Had to deal with them, and he's wrapped it. I've sort of helped him out because he was literally going to go. Honestly, he was going to go $300 credit and go and buy another card. I said, nope. Okay, you're actually able to get a full credit and or get your money back refund. Yeah, and go buy a brand new card.
Yeah, exactly.
So back but the man goes, I would love to see to just tell you to appreciate the stream so much. Searching for specific questions. I thought you guys were awesome answering everything. No, that's what we're here for.
Thank you, brother.
Talking tech is about talking tech. As much as we've got so many topics to talk about, which we haven't gone into yet.
We do. We missed them. Yeah,
we've missed a few, but things like this, particularly on these sort of days, I love talking about issues that you guys have got, questions you've got to answer as well. And if I could answer them, I'll definitely answer them for you. And
that's why we're here. It's why we bring Lee to the full screen as well, because there's a lot of people out there wanting to build their own PCs. We've got a lot of questions. We might be intimidated by it, and PC419's been around long enough with the community behind him as well that it's you're going to get the answers that you need here for 100%. And the feedback's amazing. Definitely, thank you so much.
Yeah, exactly right, and also to the review. So. If there's anything you want me to particularly to review, let me know in the chat or put it in Discord or send me a DM. What do you think of this product? I may have reviewed it before or had to play around with it.
Yep.
Pretty much I've had to play around with pretty much nearly every hardware that's out today. If it's from speakers to motherboards to graphics cards to Elgato products.
Make sure you check mice,
it out. Microphones. Cameras now. Fucking cameras.
Cameras as well.
I think Rowie and I the last month have actually nearly exploded our heads trying to find cameras to actually do what we wanted to do.
Yeah, because it's been so hard to get them. But
well, at this stage, so hopefully maybe in the next 3 to 4 weeks. Next 2 videos will probably have similar, or maybe actually be a lot better footage, but
Yeah.
next 4 weeks when my new lens comes, it'll be very sort of Jay's 2 cent style, that cinematic look that's what I'm looking for. So it'll be a big change from there, and I really can't wait for that. And I enjoy doing these videos at the same time.
Yeah,
so.
no, it's good. So definitely, guys, check out PC419 on YouTube for all the reviews on there. There's a lot more to come as well in the next couple of weeks.
Oh, thanks, Ken. Yeah, Sam's a really good bloke. I sponsor him as well. This is a great chance.
Sam Green?
Yes, it'll be Sam Green.
Green.
Yeah, exactly right. So anything you want us to answer, let us know. And if I can answer them, I'll definitely answer them. If not, I can definitely do some research behind it and get back to you on Discord or get back to you during the show if I found the issue for you. But most likely, I've actually done it already or had to play around for it, which is actually fantastic.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Well, I think what we might do is we might just jump straight to one of the gaming topics we got left.
Yeah, mate. No worries. Let's do it.
And we'll call it a night from there.
Sounds good.
Give us a second. I'll bring it across here. So we did talk about this on last week's show. Obviously, Ricky wasn't here, but I did want to bring it back again. So Valorant has been released.
It is massive, mate. Absolutely massive. 1.1 million viewers on Twitch.
Yeah, so it's very CSGO. I'm looking at this and I'm like, my God. It's 100%
It's a
CSGO ripoff.
It is 100% CSGO.
Summit has been getting 270,000 viewers.
Maxed out at 316k viewers.
Oh, there you go. Every time I've seen him, it's always
maxed
about
out 316k viewers, man, watching it. And look, drops probably everyone in there because those types of streamers have got the drops for the beta keys to play Valorant. That's why people are in there. But I mean, those numbers, it's dropped at the right time, hasn't it? With everyone on the isolation, this new game coming out, all the big boys are playing it, and giving you access by watching the stream to be able to potentially get the game.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a tick, tick, tick. They've done it very well. It is very, very CS:GO. Seen a lot of comments about how boring it might be to watch, but might be fun to play.
Yeah.
And again, is CS:GO something that's fun to watch these days with everything else that's out? The core enthusiasts will say yes. But look, it's very CS:GO with a touch of Overwatch. That's what I can tell you.
That's exactly right. It's like CS:GO and Overwatch had a baby and it had Valorant.
Exactly. Yeah.
So as you can see from here, the Valorant game itself has come out very, very, very well compared to other games out there. I think everyone was sort of searching for a new FPS style, CS:GO style, I should say, game that's sort of been dated to 2020 because it does look better, for example, but they've added a few extra features that makes it non-realistic. That makes sense. Like there's a few things on that I've seen gameplay, sort of what you can throw out there, and it's like I said, it's like Overwatch and CS:GO had a baby. I would have preferred if they had like another type of CS:GO game true to its form, where it's like sort of realistic, more realistic.
Yeah,
not like COD or any other game like that, but like CS:GO exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
I think they had no choice but to make it not an exact copy of CS:GO, but add these extra little features on there. I have no idea what the fuck that thing is. That ball that he keeps throwing it, to make it sort of their own. But even the tab, when you tab out and you're looking
it's 100%.
Yeah, you look at the team specs and kill ratios. I know they've changed a lot with obviously the weapons choices. It's square, not like not like CS:GO. Yeah. But when I first saw this, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Is this CS:GO? I had to look twice because I saw video footage before I even found out what sort of game it was.
Yeah, yeah.
And when I found out it was because what they call it, is it Project something Alpha or?
Yeah, Project X or something.
Project
X or Z. I think it might be X.
And then they call it Valorant. I don't think
Project A. That's it. We were way off.
Yeah, well there you go. Yeah,
way off. We were down the other end.
TJ goes, I disagree with having another game like CS:GO.
Yeah, fair enough.
I don't think they need another game like CS:GO. I think CS:GO just needs to be updated to 2020 properly.
Yeah, true.
It's the basis of the game is still going back to 1.3. It hasn't changed not much at all since then. Particularly with the actual gameplay and game style itself, it's exactly the same with the graphics upgrade. I would say they've changed a bit of how obviously the recoil is, and the sort of guns they've used in there are a bit differently, but I think they need more of a better update of CS:GO currently now to make it more sort of similar realistic to is today.
Yeah, and look, it's
update
100%
update
CS:GO, 100% CS:GO takeoff, and Dini again nailing the head. Riot do know how to make games, and the thing that amazes me as well is Riot, with obviously being behind LoL, the team behind LoL, and how successful the esports competition has been with LoL, and how popular that still is today. You know, LoL is always still in the top 5 games watched on Twitch, and now Riot have got an FPS that could potentially have the backing of such esports people that got LoL to where it is today. She's going to be here for a while, and she's going to be around, and she's going to be popular, no matter what people want to say. It's going to be a game that I reckon you got game of the year. No matter the thing, it's just the hype around it. It's just the hype around it. The people want to play it. The CS:GO enthusiasts, the Overwatch enthusiasts, at that right time, making the jump, following those big streamers, following the hype in playing Valorant when it does drop. Unfortunately for us Oceanic-based consumers, we can't get our hands on it at the moment. You can't get access to the beta as well at the moment, which sucks.
You're playing
Can you?
You're playing US servers,
VPN?
servers, yeah.
VPN,
No, if you end up getting a beta key, I've seen Aussie players.
Do they drop for Aussie Twitch channels though?
I don't know, but I've actually seen a few people from Aussie streamers actually playing this.
That's good. That's good to hear.
They're
That's
either
good to hear
playing
that they are.
ping.
Yeah,
But,
exactly.
Go back to 2G's question. Look, the reason why I'm saying about this, because I actually played Source Pro at the start of Source. I did it for about 3-4 years. And the reason why I'm saying that it does need not a massive change, but it needs an update of its sort of sense is the game it's like World of Warcraft. People still play it. There's millions of subscribers playing it, right?
Huge.
And people prefer the way that it is. But it's the fact that I think it needs a bit more, not, like, don't get me wrong, nowhere near what COD's got. Not that sort of style gameplay at all. Not even Rainbow Six. It just needs another version of Counter-Strike to be released. In a sense where you can have the same maps, you can have the same thing, but just bring it into 2020 more. Because people still play CSGO for the fact that you can play CSGO on anything, really. You can play it on a fucking potato PC if you really wanted to. Like, it doesn't need much to play it. And it's probably one of the reasons why they haven't changed it much, because in the same as World of Warcraft, people are still playing it, aren't they? You don't need a baller PC to sort of play those games. And if there's the sort of games you're playing, you don't need to have something like that at all. Yeah. But I think they either need to release a new game like it to see what it's going to be like, or give it that chance and give it that sort of spruce up. Look, they did with CSGO. Like, between Source and CSGO, you see a big difference in between it. I just think it's that time of that game era, I should say, that it's never going to die, is that they need something different. And Valorant's going to be a game that it may sort of take over, because obviously once we get people playing it here in Australia, they may convert over from CSGO to Valorant.
I think they will. I think they will.
That's going to be another thing as well.
I think you'll see a lot of it.
So
I think you're saying.
My buddy's got a random key for Summit from Summit, and guess some people
okay.
can
there you go.
Yeah, exactly. You can get it.
There you go.
Like I said, so I've seen people play it.
Answers my question. I think it's definitely, like you're saying, obviously CSGO needs to rework, bring it into 2020. I'm not sure they're going to now. I mean, Valorant is that for me. Valorant is that CSGO rework. It's done by Riot, unfortunately. Riot have beaten it to it. You know what I mean? But yeah, exactly. And everyone would have. But I think Valorant has now stolen those CSGO players that were looking for something new, those Overwatch players that were looking for something new, potentially those Fortnite and other FPS streamers, even COD Warzone people are all going to Valorant because of the hype, because of all the big boys going on at Summit 1G, Shroud, Doctor, Tim, all these guys, that are getting an insane amount of views, are all playing it. And if all your mates are playing it, what are you going to be playing? Do you know what I mean? So it's going to be massive. It's going to be massive, and it's going to be interesting to see what Riot do with it in the esports competitive scene as well. I think that's going to be a massive market in the near future. Plus, it's going to be free. It's going to be free to play, which is, so.
Going back to Mage. Sorry, Mage, I actually skipped your question. So, have you seen the controversy of the anti-cheat for Project A? For Valorant, I actually haven't seen it yet. It's a malware that starts from the... Look, there's anti-cheats in CSGO as well. They had very similar issues. I don't think it's malware, particularly with that. I'm actually going from what CSGO, so obviously from the team itself that I've heard from our team. If you guys don't know, obviously PC419's got an R6 team, a Pro R6 team, and a Pro CSGO team as well.
And a Pro Recover.
in a pro Rycover. So yes, a lot of the, we'll say, anti-cheats do come up as malware, but most of the times they are not. I don't know how much, of a fact that is at the moment, but I could say that particularly most of the time it's not malware. PC's picking up as malware because it is actually running in the background as a service. As a running service through Microsoft, and it will actually pick it up as malware because it's looking at the background of the game while it's actually running at the same time, which malware does, particularly when you're running malware anyway.
And I'm pretty sure Valorant have taken the LoL anti-cheat system, which has been effective for many years in their competitive scene, into Valorant. So I think they're using,
exactly right.
Obviously Riot have got a really good anti-cheat system in place for LoL, and they've pretty much modeled that for Valorant as well. So I think you're going to see that Valorant is well protected in terms of the anti-cheat system, much more than what we've seen in COD Warzone, which has been a massive hot topic of late of how bad that's been. With free games, how easy it is to make a free account and cheat in the system. I think you'll hopefully see Riot will handle that better than anyone.
Yeah, exactly right. Genesis goes, I suspect anti-wares as such are just throwing false positives. Exactly.
True.
I answered that question before, so exactly right.
Yep.
TG goes, really don't like the free model for competitive games. You're gonna get a 50-50 out of that between
you are, aren't you?
Yeah,
yep, you are 100%.
Is Valorant for free, or you have to pay?
Yeah, it's for free. No, it's free. It's free to play. Yep. It's free to play. It's just obviously it's like Fortnite and all that. It's skins, but
So it's free to play.
It's all that sort of stuff.
So it's not pay to win. So
it's not pay to win. No, it's just skins and character. I think because it's also Overwatch themed as well, where you got different heroes that do different ultimates and stuff like that. That they'll put them behind a paywall. So if you want to play that character that Summit 1G was using, you may have to drop $15 to get that character to have that ultimate. Yada yada yada.
Yeah.
But in essence, it is free to play with a basic package.
The code will be very similar to 2G. So just answer that question. You're saying for the anti-cheat for MOBAs versus shooters, though? No, they'll be very, very similar.
They'll be similar, yeah.
The coding wouldn't be much different at all.
It wouldn't be, no, exactly what I was going to say. It wouldn't be much they needed to change.
Do you think Project A or Valorant A will have premium account systems like CS? Most likely, yeah. They will have.
I'd say, yeah, probably. When the competitive scene drops, I would say yes.
It's not a competition if the influx of cheaters also plague the game. No, that's the reason why trust me, Riot will be making sure 100% to have zero to minimum cheaters on this, because otherwise no one will play the game. It'll
destroy the game. Otherwise, exactly. They'll be 100%.
This is going to go. Obviously this game is definitely going to be going into high competitive esports anyway. So they're going to be making sure of that.
And Valorant came out and said, so the dev team came out from Valorant and said, we as a dev team, when Project A was first announced, we stood up our dev team, which is obviously graphic designers, your character design, lead architecture, all that sort of stuff. Alongside that, from day one was the anti-cheat team. They said exactly the same day that we started developing Project A, now Valorant, our anti-cheat team was stood up right alongside us. So they were there from day one to day now. So they are fully on board with protecting this game as much as they can.
Exactly right. So guys, what do you think of Valorant? So is this a game you'll be playing? Is this something you'll be interested to jump on when we eventually get it in Australia? I know you can get the beta keys at the moment, and hopefully you guys can actually enjoy some of it. You'll be playing on NA or EU servers. So I don't know what your ping's going to be like, but
unfortunately, because
we'll both enjoy the what do you call it? Well, not the cosmetics of the game, the actual
skins, sort of thing?
No, this is what the gameplay it's like. It's all this is what gameplay it is,
Yeah.
So, yeah. But
yeah, I think unfortunately because of COVID, the servers which were going to be based in Sydney, have been put on hold. Obviously, the team that would be out to travel down to Sydney to set up the servers based for Valorant for us is going to be now further down the track, and they have said that obviously the servers have stood up in America, east and west, but unfortunately, other countries are going to be slower now, which means we might have a bit of high ping, and they might hold off the games coming out in Australia for a little bit.
Well, we got two already. So Denny said he doesn't like it because he doesn't like CSGO or CS sort of games. And Reg goes, nope, I only play arena shooters.
Fair enough.
There you go. So it's not going to be for everyone.
No.
Look, obviously I'll play CS:GO,
Yep.
and I will definitely try this game to see what it's
I'll
like.
try it.
But I'm not going to be a top. Like, for anything, I would prefer to play CS:GO.
Yeah, no,
But-
I'll try it, but yeah, I'm not sure that it'll be my thing. From what I've seen, I don't think it'll be my thing. I think I'll get too frustrated. I mean,
it's a
some of
quick
those
game.
CS:GO players are just going to be insanely cracked on it, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Have you actually played Doom yet? Doom Eternal? Mage?
Me? Yeah, mate. Oh, him. Sorry, him.
Excuse me. Mage?
Doom
So
Eternal.
I haven't played Arena yet.
Doom Eternal is amazing. I 100% for those that like that sort of genre, Doom Eternal is amazing. If you buy it only for the in-game music, I mean, it is
the in-game
incredible.
music's awesome, isn't it?
The in-game music is incredible, and it is a really, really fun game, and they have nailed it. They have honestly nailed it.
Wow, nightmare. There you go.
Yeah, I was playing it on stream, and my chat made me play it on Nightmare with the if you die, start again from the start. So it wasn't a fun night, but the game was still incredible.
I couldn't do it. at Nightmare at the moment. Not at this stage. I need a few runs to even get to Nightmare.
Yeah.
So Major's been speedrunning it. Well, there you go.
Yeah, I mean, speed. I think we spoke about that on Tech Tuesday. Was it last week or the week before? One of the speed runs is down to exactly. Devo's chasing him now. So
yeah, Devo's actually he's last time I seen him, he was, I'm not sure if he's actually on now, but he was almost not almost there. He was about 2 minutes behind or 3 minutes behind each run.
He's getting there. He's
getting
there.
Very
good.
He was playing before. I don't know where he is now. He's not playing at the moment. No, he's not. Yeah, he's not playing at the moment, but yeah, he usually is, and he's fucking good at it. Seriously, the original Doom, man, he was killing it by like 3 or 4 minutes, man. He was, awesome.
I think I've seen Slickflow, part of the PC 419 community, playing a fair bit of PvP in Doom as well,
and
he's loving it
Quake fan,
and loving it.
Yeah.
So I think he's been doing a lot with it as well.
Yeah, there was a few bugs in it, so I think he got off playing Arena.
I did see that. See that.
So I don't know what if he's actually doing it. He's actually playing at the moment now. What's he playing?
What's it? Quake.
Oh, he's playing Quake. There you go. There you go. Arena. There you go. There you go, mate. If you want to play, you can actually play with Slick. He actually brings the community into his game, so you can actually do that. But speaking of Slick, we might actually even rate him tonight.
Sounds good.
So this is Talking Tech, guys. So I'd like to welcome every one of you who actually joined in tonight, and new people, new faces on here. Lovely to see. But Talking Tech is every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. And I'd like to think that obviously I was actually having this on YouTube for a couple of weeks, gave it a go, but due to the time frame here in Australia, if we were, like I was telling Rick, if we were actually streaming about 11 a.m., we'd get more of their prime time in the US. So I've brought it back into Twitch, and most likely we'll probably stay at Twitch here as well.
Yeah, exactly.
It started from here, and we'll keep it here at the same time.
Yep.
But just the last few questions we got on here. Black by the Man says, skeptical about games being out for so long that people know everyone's position to pick.
Yep.
Look, you're going to get that regardless of it. CS:GO, unless you're going to change your strats every single time.
Yep.
You're going to obviously get bet in from that. And
yep.
Genesis goes, wouldn't be a Bethesda published game without 0-day bugs. Well, there you go. You're exactly right. Yeah. But guys, I'd like to thank everyone who's joining for tonight. And as we usually do, I'll do two things before we do. We're going to go back to our questionnaire for the guys who haven't joined in through this. We usually mention it during the stream. We're going to jump in again. So, how has this COVID-19 affected you personally? So at the moment now, which I'll refresh the results because it's been a while. And the questions and the answers were, cannot wait until this is over. Going insane, working from home is good, but don't want it to be full-time, enjoying the time off, 1 vote, and 0 votes, which is good to see that lost my job and now looking for work due to this pandemic. That's good. But yeah, going back to this, and I'll keep this refreshed. What we'll do is I will bring this up into next week's Talking Tech, and it'll be on our website as well, which I will put on here. You guys can have a look at that. And if you want to jump into the website, I will be updating all the blogs this week at the same time, which will goes to here, goes to the homepage, got everything on here. And actually, you can actually watch us live from the websites. Still working. Still got the old question from last week on here. So you can watch us live from here as well. If you want to jump on the website at the same time, join the Discord. We've got the shop as well. So we've got the PC 419 shop, Magnets Apparel do all of our jerseys, jumpers.
Yep. Amazing gear.
We've also got Slickflow on here at the same time as well. Ricky stuff on here at the same time if he wants to put his stuff on our store.
Yep.
A lot of things to buy. These are our pro jerseys. Obviously, our esports teams are actually sponsored. So we've got Cooler Master,
Yep.
RTDs, Environmentals. We've got Relic, and we've
Very,
got
very
H&R
cool
Fleet
gear.
Maintenance as well. And that's what the back version looks like.
Yeah, it looks very, very cool, guys. Can get your name on it, your custom gamer tag with your number as well. Yeah, a very cool jersey.
So yeah, these are the pro versions, or you can just buy the streamer versions as well, which is what I'm wearing now. This is the streamer version. So we call it the community jersey. So you can have whatever you pretty much want on there. You can have no brands if you're a streamer and you just want to represent PC419. You can send me a DM and can sort of see about adding you into the stream team.
Exactly.
Or you can actually join in through the website as well. So if you go to the website, you can actually, where is it? Join the stream team.
Yep. You can apply through there, guys.
Apply for here, and you can do that. And then
you can see down below the team, PC419, see who's in that as well.
Exactly right here. And this is the stream team currently here. So we've got
there you go.
Nalopia, Amber, we've got Amber here, Slickflow, we've got ourselves, PC419, and Tassie Gamma here on 5, and you've got the other part of the stream team here as well. Nalopia, Amber is actually a fantastic chick. She's actually just become, she was partnered about maybe 2 months ago.
Yeah, not very far ago.
Yeah, so not long ago as well. Fantastic streamer. She plays a lot of Overwatch. And now she's doing a lot of Just Chats at the same time as well. And we've got Slickflow as well. So Slickflow here. And he's a very interesting character. So if you like,
he's a very funny guy. Very funny guy.
So you do jump onto him as well at the same time. But actually, this has been very strange because there's not so many times I've actually rated Amber. So I'm actually going to raid her tonight.
Yeah, no worries.
So we'll raid Amber tonight.
No worries. Let's do it.
Which I'll set up now.
Thank you so much, guys, for your love and support tonight. It's good to see you all. Hope you're safe in this crazy world of ours. Sending you love and prayers. Thank you for joining us. It is good to see PC419 getting supported by such an amazing community. The Discord is there, guys, if you ever want to see it. Jump on in. A lot of people there that can help you. Obviously, PC419 on YouTube for all your tech reviews and advice, and obviously all the staff and Lee's DMs are always open throughout the day if you have any tech questions.
Exactly right, guys. So thank you very much anyway. I'd like to thank our sponsors once again, Cooler Master and Blue Designs, for sponsoring the Talking Tech Show and PC419 at the same time. So like I said, the Yeti X is what I'm using currently right now, and I'm currently using the MK850 and the MM530 mouse from Cooler Master during the show. Give my support for them. But guys, thank you once again, and we're going to be rating Amber right now, so I hope she'll enjoy.
Thank you, guys.
She's a bit loud, so do stay tuned for her. Hit her a follow.
Thank you, guys.
And sub to if you can too. But thanks, Ricky, and we'll see you guys next week.
Thank you. Rycover out.
Ciao. And it's going to be rating her in about 7 seconds. Cheers, Black. Thanks very much about that. And thanks to G and Genesis as well for joining in as well.
See you, boys.
He's very loud.